Hello folks, I'm back again and today we're going to unbox Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. Now this was just a little retail copy I got. I believe I got this one on eBay and it wasn't very expensive. I believe Board Game Co. said that this was a great solo game or that they enjoyed playing this solo, so I thought it might be a good one to sit and do on my Game Filminator 5000 over there. So without further ado, we'll take a look at this. Now, from the looks of the back of it, it looks like we're looking at standees and stuff versus miniatures. Of course, I see a couple of miniatures in there, so maybe the assassins are miniatures and the other things are standees. But we'll see very soon as we're about to open this up. Okie dokie. Reveal to me your secrets. Okay. Oh, wow. Yes, quite a few standees. So I'm fairly certain there was a Kickstarter or GameFound campaign for this, and I'm sure that these were all miniatures too. So if you watch my channel a lot, you'll know that I usually paint my miniatures and stuff, so I'm almost a little relieved sometimes. At least until I know the game's good, it's nice to have the standees to kind of just like put them together and have something colorful and stuff. The art on them is really cool. I'm not sure how much work they had to do, if they redid all the artwork, especially for the game, or if it's like they just kind of pull the graphics they had already. But here's a whole bunch of standees, different enemies, I assume. And oh, we got a plague doctor here. And some buildings. This is interesting. Oh, I really like the look. Very adventurous little sprue there. Let's see. And deeper down here, we've got, looks like a nice insert that's like probably a usable insert. Fill that space in there. And so there'll be a place for these standees. Let's look on this side here. Looks like these are some sort of tiles. Now, not only have I not looked up how to play this game yet, because I sort of impulse bought it, but I've never even played the video game. I think I played one really early version, but I don't, in general, play video games. That's why I'm always fascinated by these board game versions. It's like, oh, finally you made something I might be interested in. Just silly, I know. All right, so yes, these look like stickers of some sort. Ooh, quite a few of these things. I'm excited to get into the rule book and really see what this game's all about. Hopefully it's worth the effort. Speaking of rule book, I guess let's take a look at that. Do I want to do that? No, I want to go into this, I think. These look to be terrain tiles. So this is probably like a modular board that you would play on. Looks to be rooms in somewhere. In someplace. This is a boat. Oh, it's a boat in a dry dock someplace, like they're working on it. That's neat. Yep. More terrain tiles. Did I look at the other side of this? I don't know if I did. Okay. That's cool though. Venice. Ah, Venice. My daughter just went to Italy. She looked like she was having a good time. Oh man, these are all really neat. I love modular boards and stuff. It's really interesting. And if you're creative, you can use them in more than one kind of game. in a way, you've sort of got components for your own interesting games if you play other stuff like Paul Bally and stuff like that. You don't mind a flat surface for your terrain. I really love how interesting all of these are. Well, these are the exact same. That's really neat. Cool. More stuff here. Yeah, little pillars that have fallen and stuff. It's pretty neat. Oh wow, I love that. We got a light tower. Lighthouse. And some fountains. There's really a lot of terrain in here. So I'm not sure how this plays. If it plays out in like little modules, kind of like Cthulhu Death May Die, or that's sort of the way they did their terrain. You know, they've got all this modular terrain, and then when the scenario comes up, it says you get A and B and C and D. I think they're actually numbered. Don't tell. I saw some miniatures under there. I'm excited. So I think the assassins at least will have the miniatures. It's usually the way they do it. This is, I guess, the retail version. If there was a retail version, I believe there was. I'm telling you, I went in blind on this. I like the idea of an assassin of the Assassin's Creed. You know, I like the theme of the game. I feel like it's fun, but I never played it. There's some rooftops to run across. Oh, it looks like there's one with a hole in it, and there's one, or like they moved the top of it off or something. I think the video game had a kind of a parkour element. I wonder if they'll introduce anything for that. Alright, so here is the rule book. So we've got starting rule book, campaign book, bunch of things that say stop. We unboxers love these because we don't have to show you anything. Just kidding. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the rule book. Please don't be full of stuff that's hard to understand. Just flipping to a random page here. Alright, so we got an explanation. Let's see, is there an index? Oh, icon helper. I like an icon helper at least. That's not as good as a Player's Aid, but pretty nice. Oh, look at that. We have an index. Index instantly makes looking up rules easier, so that's cool. Alright, what about the front? I love this, where they lay out what all the characters are, especially when you're not familiar with the IP and stuff at all. It also helps, because I do this thing where I'm going to go through probably and organize this game, even though I've never played it, and may never play it. I will feel obligated to go through this and make sure that it's ready to play, as ready to play as it can be and be in a box, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, I don't know. Sometimes when you can't play a game, it's fun to like do some other activity with that game, like film an unboxing video, put sleeves on cards, go and make sure everything is every player color is in its own little baggie. What weird things do you do to your games to organize them and stuff? Let me know down below. There's that Plague Doctor. I love a Plague Doctor, as you know. Alright. Then it kind of gets to the campaign. I'm not really reading this. I'm kind of like, I'm looking for examples, and I'm looking for, I see just a lot of text. Might not be bad, but boy, that's a wordy explanation for something that's going on in there. I might have to read No! Maybe there's some how to play videos that'll like get me through. I probably will read this. I just have a lot of trouble going through these books and stuff. I never really have enough time to take them, adjust them all at once, and I don't really feel the context of it until I've played the game, and it's so much simpler process. Even if I do have the game and I read the rules and stuff and watched the video, it's still easier if somebody is there kind of going, oh, we do this and we do that, because there's all these kind of weird contextual things that I don't always grasp at first look. Now this is the campaign book, and I'm not sure if this is just the... Okay, so these will be the scenarios and stuff to play. And this is probably a campaign-driven game, which is kind of interesting. So you can come back to it and come back to it. Alright, so I won't spend too much time on that. Looks like there's a setup for the map, and what you pretty much see in every scenario book. We've got some miniatures. Gonna take a quick look here. Wow. I gotta say the details are super crisp. Very, very nice. Good background. That makes sense here. My lighting's a little moody, so it's probably hard to tell. Here's two of them. The details are very, very crisp. They have an insert that's not too grabby. So if you do decide to paint these, and I will because there's only 5 of them, why not? I love a game with 5 miniatures in it, I'll tell you what. And I don't mind if all the rest of them are standees if I've got, you know, got my hero I can paint. That's cool. So it looked like on the back some of these things were 3D somehow, but maybe it's just that the artwork was so good it was kind of full in my eyes. So I was hoping that maybe that some of these elements would be more 3-dimensional, but I don't see any way to assemble them, so I'm going to assume everything's just flat. Alright, we've got some storage bags. These are handy. I'm getting to where I prefer little boxes and stuff, so I can open it up and just like, especially for things like, but there's a lot of chits in here, and boy, they left plenty of bags to take care of that. Alright. Alright, so here we have some small cards. I'm guessing these are part of the campaign, and there are spoilers in here. So, stop, it says. So we won't go through these. I'll put them back here until I figure out where they should go. This is an interesting little slot here up on the top with these things. Let's see what this is. There's no stop on it. Oh, you know what? This looks like an automa, perhaps. Looks very automa-ish. Seen a lot of solo mode, son. I can almost guarantee it. That or somehow some part of the attack thing. I bet someone out there really knows what these do and is just super annoyed right now. I'm sorry. I don't know. I saw it on sale and I bought it. Okay. Now we got a bunch of little clear standee holders, which is nice. What I'll probably do is pull all those out and put them on the standees and then try to figure out how to put them in this box someplace. Or maybe not. I'm not sure what's practical to do there. So that night, I took all the standee stands and I put something on each one of them, starting with the terrain pieces, then working out to some of the other stuff. But I quickly discovered that there's way more standees than there are stands for them. So maybe do the terrain pieces and leave the rest for the scenario. Oh, got a bag of the red cubes. These are pretty standard board game fare. There's also a few clear ones. We have some little rings. They're all the same color, so that's kind of weird. This might be a holdover from a larger edition or something like that that had different standees. It's like there's one for each of these guys, but if they're all red, then, you know, what else do you need to know? It's the miniature on there, I guess. And here we have some dice. They're unusual, so we'll pull them out and look. So one of these looks like one of these. There's some black ones too. Huh. So there's more black ones than there are white ones, and more white ones than there are red ones. Now, doesn't that sound like one of those weird test setup questions? So my guess is there's a hierarchy, and these are probably less powerful than these, and these are the really powerful ones that but are more rare. So here are the dice. I'm trying to keep this up there so everything stays in focus. There's a white one and the black one. Interesting. And this one's got some pretty specialized, this is different than all the other ones. It's got an eyeball. Not sure what any of that means. I'll know soon enough as I delve into these rule books. Oh! Suspense. Okay, so right, so I didn't notice this at first, but it's got a little DISD code on here. And oh, I can scratch this off and I can get instructions, so I can actually do a tutorial through here. I'm super excited about that. That will streamline things a lot, and the next best thing to having someone there to explain it to you. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of stops. Seeing a lot of stops here. Stop, stop, stop! These are bigger, so yeah, oh wow, it's got a little final effects thing here going on the side. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's pull this out. Alright, so there's a little file cabinet here to keep all these cards. More than enough room to sleeve them, if that's something you need to do. I don't know, if you don't shuffle these, and it's not something I want to play with a whole bunch of people, like if for instance, I'm soloing it, if that's the case, then probably no need to sleeve these. Sometimes I just do it anyway. But these are just placeholder cards, so you can organize your stuff. They're going to stand up a little bit more than these others. Nice. And these have instructions on them that tell you to go ahead and put them behind certain ones. So I can just kind of go, oh, that goes like so. So I immediately started organizing the game, and I came across this that I missed the first time. If you notice on here, it's got a warning about, it pretty much spells out all the stuff that I guessed, but just to let you know, there is further instructions on how to organize everything and information about DISD, and I appreciate that. Alright, so these are behind the ones they wanted to be behind. I'll just put the rest over here and go ahead and put this foam in to kind of hold up some space. Here we have some envelopes. Now these will be the rewards. So you finish the campaign and then you break open these little things, and I'm not sure what you get out of it. Maybe it's like more characters or something cool. So looks like we have a little compass. I know which way's up. And here we have, ooh, what's this? This appears to be like a tableau of some sort. Yeah, got little places for cards. I bet those little cubes will go in here. Looks like it's all good for 4 players there. And but this is to organize the cards. Or something. Okay, more player board kind of stuff. Well, that's neat. Okay, pretty cool little box of things. I can't wait to delve into it. I'll probably paint these next. In fact, I'm going to pull these out, prime them, and paint them up. If you want to see those things painted, be sure to come back, subscribe so you can find me again. And if you like unboxing videos, man, I do unboxing videos all the time. Here's some of that. If you want to see paintings and stuff, there's some of that over there. And then there's random stuff YouTube thinks you'll like. And there's a little space left for me to say goodnight. And thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.